Welcome back, friends. So I'm here to read you a version of The Three Little Pigs. Have you ever heard a Three Little Pigs story? There are a lot of really fun ones. And I even have a storybook in my classroom called The Three Javelinas, which is like a wild boar or a wild pig. And it's a fairy tale version of The Three Little Pigs from New Mexico, which is kind of fun. I might have to post that one too. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there were three little pigs who left home to seek their fortunes. Do you know what that means, to seek your fortune? It means to go and make your way out in the world and try to be able to have a home and maybe a family and a good job. So they are making their way out. They're leaving home to seek their fortunes. The first little pig met a man who gave him some straw to build a house. It took no work at all. "Now I can enjoy the rest of my day," he said, and off he went, merrily whistling a tune. The second little pig met a man who gave him some sticks. That little pig built himself a house made of sticks. It took a bit more work, but soon he too was finished. "My house of sticks is stronger than my brother's house of straw," he said. "I'm going fishing for the rest of the day," and off he went. The third little pig met a man who gave him some bricks. He spent the entire day building his house out of bricks. It was very hard work, but his brick house was the sturdiest of the three. One day, a big bad wolf trotted up to the straw house. Little pig, let me in," he called slyly. Do you remember we talked about the word sly? It means smart and clever and a little sneaky. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," cried the pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," snarled the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The first little pig ran up the road to live with his brother in the house of sticks. One day the wolf trotted up to the stick house. Little pig, let me in," he called sweetly. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," cried the pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," snarled the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The two little pigs ran up the road to live with their brother in the house of bricks. One day the wolf trotted up to the brick house. Little pig, let me in," he called nicely. "Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin," squealed the third little pig. "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down," howled the wolf. So he huffed and he puffed and he puffed and he huffed, but he couldn't blow the house of bricks down. The wolf climbed up on the roof. Little pig," he growled. "I'm coming down the chimney to eat you." "Come down," called the pig, who had put a kettle of water on the fire. Down the chimney slid the wolf, landing right in the pot of boiling water. Howling with pain, the wolf leaped back up the chimney and was never seen again. And the three little pigs lived happily ever after in the house of bricks. So let's do a little five-finger summary while we're here. So, what's the setting of this story? Well, first, the little pigs left home to go make their way. Do you remember what they said, to make their fortunes? But that meant was to get jobs and build houses of their own. So that was the setting. And then the setting took place first in the house of straw, and then in the house of sticks, right? And then the last setting was in the house of bricks. Okay. Who were the characters? Well, we have the three little pigs and the big bad wolf. What happened at the beginning? They all built their houses. One built a house of straw, one built a house of sticks, and the other built a house of bricks. In the middle, the wolf came and blew down both the house of straw and the house of sticks. Finally, all three little pigs were in the house of bricks, and the wolf tried to huff and puff and huff and puff, but he couldn't blow the house down. So he got up on the chimney, on the roof, and he went down the chimney and ended up in a pot of boiling water. And he hurt so bad he leaped back up the chimney and he was never seen again. And the three little pigs lived happily ever after. I want you to work on doing five-finger summaries for different stories that you're reading. It's a very good comprehension strategy. See you next time, friends.